JiuJitsuMania is here with Mario Sperry, and we're proud to have Mario spending some time with us today. For those that don't know, Mario came up under Carlson Gracie. He was a founder of Brazilian Top Team. He won the World Championships of Jiu-Jitsu in 95, 96, 97, 98. He was an Abu Dhabi champion multiple times and fought in Pride Fighting Championships. So first of all, Mario, thank you so much for being here with JiuJitsuMania.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Mario, what are your thoughts about the growth of BJJ over the past 3 decades that you've been in it?
It changed a lot. Pretty much the growth of Jiu-Jitsu started to increase at the end of the 90s, and then picked really up with Pride and finally with UFC. So I think we just started. Jiu-Jitsu is growing every day. I predict that at the end of this decade we're going to be huge, maybe get in the Olympics.
That would be great if we could be in the Olympics. And with your 3 decades in the sport, how have you seen the sport change? Has Jiu-Jitsu evolved? Has it flattened out?
Yeah,
some people complain.
It's a totally different sport from when I started, of course. The Jiu-Jitsu community was very small compared to the community that exists today. So there are much more people training, much more people thinking about it and develop new different ways of training, new techniques. So of course the sport has developed a lot and changed a lot, not just in technically wise, but also as professionally wise. We have more competitions, we have more money involved, we have more sponsors, we have more. The industry has increased a lot in numbers, and just not in numbers, but in volume of money involved. So I think the scenario is pretty positive and going to keep going like that for long term.
Do you think a professional athlete can make a good living in Jiu-Jitsu?
I think if he just fights, it's going to be hard. He had to combine a certain amount of things. I managed to do that when I was young. I had my own gym. I was used to teach in my gym. I have used to do privates. I was used to do seminars. I did tapes, and of course I just not fought jiu-jitsu. I fought MMA. I fought submission wrestling, and I managed some fighters. So I ended up also being open up a federation of jiu-jitsu in Brazil. So I did some shows as well. So I ended up doing some submission wrestling events also, and then I ended up doing MMA events as well. So I pretty much did everything I could in the sport. So if you manage to do that and you have the brains to do that, and if you're lucky to organize your life, and of course keep going training, that's your foundation, to train to be a good sportsman, you can do a little out of that.
Can you say something about what the UFC has done over the last 1 or 2 years for the sport in your country of Brazil? What has the UFC brought to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
UFC opened many doors, not just for MMA. Because when you talk about MMA, you have to talk about Jiu-Jitsu as well, because one thing is connected, because the Gracie family developed the UFC. So I think UFC has changed a lot, especially in Brazil. Brazil now is huge. Yeah, we're going to have a show now in 3 months, and people are expecting 80,000 people live. I was not lucky enough to see this in my time, but once there's this big show every Sunday on TV in Brazil, so I paid the reporter and I paid the cameraman to go to Japan with my money in order to do some interviews in Japan. And today is totally different. We see all the fighters, the Nogueira brothers, we see Jose Aldo, we see Anderson Silva. They are always on TV, they are always in the biggest show, they are always in newspapers, they are always in the websites. They are all over, and not just on TV, but in radio and propagandas. It's amazing. To be honest with you, I don't really believe that we got at this point, and I think, once again, this is just the beginning.
I would agree with you on that. As we chat about MMA, you've been very active recently in helping with camps of some very well-known UFC fighters, and who have some big fights coming up,
Right.
Such as Rashad Evans and one of our favorites, Edson Barboza Jr. Without revealing too much, what can you say about these gentlemen, these athletes as MMA fighters?
Well, Rashad is going to have a tough fight. You know, John Jones is a tough opponent for any fighter. Could be for Anderson Silva in the division below, could be for any fighter in his own division, or even in the heavyweight. He's a tremendous athlete, but Rashad is good, pretty good, and not just that. I think his game doesn't fit too much with John Jones' game. I think he's got real chances to win this fight. Of course, MMA is a predictable sport, and that's the beauty out of it. But when I was invited to help him in his training, I was very honored with the invitation, and it's a great opportunity to make part of the biggest show in the world, and to make part of history in a fight like that. But to tell you the truth, I didn't accept just because of this reason. I accept. I hate to lose, and I accept because I really think that he has chances, real chances to win. And Edson, I think Edson pretty soon he's going to be the champion. I don't see other way. He's in the right path. He's smart. I trained with him. He's strong. He's fast. He's very polite. He has discipline. He's focused. He's humble, and he's got a tremendous game. He's got a genetics. He's smart fighting. So I think, and I said this 3 times already. This guy is going to be a champion, and it happened. I think he's going to be a champion. This is the 4th time. I think maybe in 1 or 2 years, if he doesn't hurry too much, he's young. He has to grow mentally, not physically. Physically, he's already there. I think he has to grow a little bit mentally and spiritually. You know, feels really strong and confident. Maybe in 1 or 2 years, for sure, he's going to be ready for a title shot. He's going to win.
I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that. So, Mario, as we close out, I'm going to ask you 1 or 2 sentences. What's the best advice for a white belt for starting jiu-jitsu?
First of all, you have to look at yourself and see what you want to do. I mean, I always believe that we make our own destiny. If you want to train jiu-jitsu as a sport, and you know, do your job, be a doctor, be a lawyer, and train jiu-jitsu, it's excellent sport. Come 3-4 times a week, and you're gonna learn how to defend yourself. You're gonna meet different people, as I did today here in the gym. I made a lot of friends. You're gonna have a place to laugh and talk about good things. And of course, if you want to be a professional fighter and you're just beginning, not just you have to, once again, you have to focus on what you want. If you want to be a professional fighter, and if you want to be an MMA fighter or just a jiu-jitsu fighter, you have to try. I mean, if you do something, if you try to do something, if you ought to do something, try to do it in your best way. Look for excellence in everything you do. So, do eat good, sleep good, think to be healthy, and train as much as you can with the right people. You're gonna get there.
Excellent. Mario Sperry, thank you very much for your time today. Thank you on behalf of JiuJitsuMania, and we saw some great positions today.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a great pleasure.